Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Kelsey and this is X Stitch and Chill, where we talk about all sorts of stitchy things and the chill things that I like to do while I am stitching. Mostly watching TV and movies and keeping my hands busy so I don't snack while I do those things. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm glad you've been enjoying these stitchy updates, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you like these videos, give them a thumbs up because that really helps my channel get out there and find other people who are interested in cross-stitching and movies and TV and all that other fun stuff. If you're new here, welcome. Again, I'm Kelsey and I hope you enjoy this video giving you a little update on what I've been up to. I kind of have been slow on my FlossTube this week/2 weeks. Because we had Thanksgiving, and then before that my daughter was really sick, and then my husband was really sick, and I'm still waiting to be taken down by the sickness. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, it's been okay so far. Also, a reminder, I am on Twitch, and if you don't know what Twitch is, it is a streaming video platform. Typically, it has a lot of gamers on it, but there's also a super awesome crafty community on there, and we are always on there making stuff, stitching, chatting. It's just a really fun way to connect with people more live, I guess, than like a FlossTube. So yeah, join me on Twitch. I'm the same name, X Stitch and Chill, and it's super fun. I mostly get on Sunday morning, afternoon, and then I get on Wednesday afternoons and stitch. I'm usually on for about 2 hours, hanging out, stitching, working on something, and just chatting about pretty much anything and everything that you could possibly want to chat about. I'm really good at talking about random stuff. So join me on Twitch. I also have a Discord set up, and I'll put the link for Twitch and my Discord down in the description, and you can join that link. I'll try to update Twitch stuff more often on my Discord so that you know when I'm on. I also post updates on Instagram, so same thing, X Stitch and Chill. And you can find me on Instagram and updates with Twitch and updates with my projects and everything. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere at once. So yeah, with that, I guess I should get into my things. I have a fully finished object. It was a finish last time, and I had hoped it would be a fully finished object, but it was not finished. So I got a frame for my skull. I just love this one. I'm excited to find somewhere to put it. The design is by Velvet Pony Designs, and I just got this frame on Amazon. I originally ordered it and the frame was too small because it said it was a 6-inch frame, but it meant from like end to end it was 6 inches, so it didn't fit in that. So this is an 8-inch frame. So I got the 8-inch frame and I put it in there, and I love it. I'm excited to hang it. I like that it's a circle. I don't know why. Sometimes I get bored with squares, you know? It gets a little lame after a while. So that's the only finish/fully finished that I have right now. I have a lot of things going on right now, so I don't know if I'll have a finish for a little while at this point. We'll go with starts first. So first I have these little shoes that I've been working on. So I am embroidering some flowers on them, and embroidery is not like my strongest suit, and I'm not entirely sure wagon wheel stitches for these roses were the best because they're like really fat. I don't know if you can tell, but they like stick way up on the shoe. So I mean, it's the outside of the shoe, but you could still like damage it pretty easily. But there's only like a few more little flowers and branches that I'm putting on there, and then you have to do the other shoe. So I don't know when I'll finish these. I kind of just spend a little time with them every now and then, but I'm not like, oh, I gotta finish these. They're great. And these are my size, so these will be my shoes. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. I really like the little branches with the French knots on there. And I do really like those like wagon wheel stitches. They do need some like French knots in the center still. And then the leaves, which I always start out really good with my leaf stitches, and they're like diagonal like and everything. And then they just end up looking flat and they're going straight across. And I don't know. My embroidery still needs some work. But I am pretty happy with how these are looking so far. So I'll keep working on those and keep giving you an update on that. My next start, I don't know how much I want to show this one because it's my own design. So I kind of wanted to stitch up the sample before I was like, oh, I designed a thing. But it's a Christmas stitch. I was having a hard time finding one that I was really excited about, and I wanted to do a Christmas stitch. So I just designed one myself. I used Max Stitch on my computer, and then I used my iPad to draw up the design first. And then I kind of like, you can put it as a layer behind the grid. So I put it behind the grid and kind of just outlined it, traced it, if you will, with the stitches, and made adjustments as I needed to, because going from drawing to like smooth drawing to like pixel art is different. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much done, but I'm going to put my hand over the biggest chunk of it that's done. But yeah, so it is just like, and I'll give you a little sneaky peek of my work so far. I did this mostly over Thanksgiving. So this was like my Thanksgiving stitch. I already have some critiques for myself. First one being, there's 3 different reds in this part down here, and I think they're too close in color. So I think maybe when I finish, I might try another like color combination. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll give it to somebody and they can stitch it in different colors so I don't have to stitch it twice. But the other exciting thing about this project is not only that I designed it, but I also dyed the fabric. So I got just royal blue RIT, R-I-T dye, and I dyed it blue. So it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I didn't want like a navy blue, and I didn't want a baby blue, and I was having a really hard time finding like just like blue. So I was like, oh, I'll just dye it myself. I have a ton of Aida sitting around. And then I put masking tape around the edges because dyeing it really did a number on the edges, and I don't have a sewing machine to do anything. So I am gonna stitch everything, and then I called for some metallic thread, which I hear is a nightmare, and I don't know why. I just decided, I don't know, I guess I think I'm the exception to the rule and I might like it. I don't know. So I'm gonna do the metallic thread last and see how it goes. But don't be too excited. Yeah, I figured if I do it last and I hate it, I can pull it out and do it and not feel like I was completely starting over. It would still feel like, okay, I'm gonna finish it. I'm excited about that one. That one's going to be super fun when it's done. Hopefully I can finish before Christmas. Right now, it's looking shady. So I guess once I finish some real work projects, I won't really have anything sitting in my editing queue for work, and I might have some more time to work on it, but we'll see. I only have one whip though. So this is my one whip, which I don't know if I've done this one on FlossTube yet. I work on this one a lot when I'm streaming. I'll put like maybe what it's supposed to look like on here, and maybe I'll have my progress, what it looked like the last time I showed it. I don't know. I should like go back and watch my older videos. It is the Schitt's Creek Landmarks, and the design is from Stitchy Time Designs, and I love Schitt's Creek, and there are a lot of like iconic architectural things in the show that really tie into the whole story. Like, you know, the Rosebud Motel is pretty much its own character, and, you know, the apothecary is a really big thing. So I'm really excited to stitch this one. And so here, that's what it's going to look like. Yeah, if it's not there already, now it's there. And then here is where I'm at right now. So as you can see, I am not very far into this one. I am on the first page still, but the first page is gonna end kind of like in this area. So I'm pretty close to the end of the first page, and it's 3 pages across. And then there's still quite a bit down here to get done. But I'm starting in the top left-hand corner. So this is the town hall part that I'm working on right now. And I really like working on this one because it doesn't require a lot of brain power, I guess. And so it's easy to just sit there and stitch it. And it's like long lines, and every now and then you gotta remember, oh yeah, I gotta skip a couple. But for the most part, it's like very chill. And that's why I work on it on stream a lot, because it's like, I don't have to pay too close attention to what I'm doing, even though last stream I messed up. But no one has to know. It's a secret, right? No one will know. But yeah, this one eventually will be 11 by 16. And then I will definitely frame it and probably hang it in my office somewhere, because it's going to take a long time to do, and I don't want to give it away. So this is one I will keep. But I am excited because I just love stitching on this one, and I can't wait to get towards the bottom. The Rosebud Motel is at the very bottom, so it'll be the last thing I stitch. Besides, there's like a title down there. But yeah, I really have been enjoying stitching this one. I like have some other things to do today, like laundry, but I'm like itching to stitch on this one right now. I did a 3-hour stream yesterday, and I stitched that pretty much the whole time. And it's like I never get enough done, I guess, is the thing. And you're like, oh, but I could get a little more done. I can do 1 more string. So I do have some haul, I guess I'll call it. I mean, really, it's like it should be a category called things I didn't need to buy, but I did buy at this point. The first is a pattern, which is the first stitch along I've purchased. But I will not be stitching along because I don't have time. So I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. But it is called the 12 Nights of Christmas Movies, I think. 12 Movie Nights of Christmas. And it is so on Etsy, you'll find it under Atomic Tiki Pins. But the Facebook group is under the Witch Sisters Stitchers. And it's like the center's really cool. I'll put a picture of the center release because they haven't released all the parts yet. You can still buy it on Etsy, but every time they release it, they increase the price. So if you are interested in doing this one, I would suggest trying to get into it sooner rather than later. I think that's why I ended up buying it, because I was like, oh, I really like this. I'm gonna buy. So, and then once you buy it, all the updates are free, but they release a new movie every week. Yeah, the thing I really like about it and why I bought it is that they're releasing, so it's the center and then 12 movies go around it. But what I like about it is that they're actually releasing 24 movies, so you can kind of pick between which ones you want to do. So it's kind of fun because you get to like customize it a little bit. And I just love the center. It looks super cool, and I love Christmas movies. And there's like movies like, I think they're doing like Die Hard and like Krampus and stuff, so it's not like super Christmassy. I think the first one was Meet Me in St. Louis and A Christmas Story. Those were the first ones. So you can just pick, between those two, or I'm not really sure how it's going to work out, but because they're different like sizes. So yeah, I am excited to stitch that one, but it's not getting done by Christmas, and I am not stitching along because I missed the release of the center. Like by the time I bought it, they had the center and the first set of movies out. So I was like way behind. So I'm just gonna stash it away and stitch it later. Maybe I'll do like Christmas in July kind of thing. So another thing I bought that I can't really show you, it's a digital thing, but I did end up getting Markup RXP, which is like the iPad version of Pattern Keeper, and it is awesome. if you have not bought it or looked into it, or you're like, oh, I wish I had pattern keeper, but I don't want to spend $300 on a Samsung tablet or something, you should check it out because it's really great. I'll talk about my favorite things first. First is that it's easy to mark my stitches, and I really am like a fan of statistic kind of things. So getting to see like how many stitches I did that day and how long I stitched for and everything is like exciting to me. Number nerd, I guess. I don't know. But I love that part. And then I can mark things off with the same color, or I can use the actual DMC color to mark them off. And it's just so much easier. I can like zoom in and really focus on an area, and I like that. And then it's just really easy with like the PDF patterns. My one gripe, and my mom bought this one too, and because I was like, you have to use it. And like the first 3 days she was like, this is the best thing ever. And then the next day she was like, I hate this thing. It's the worst thing ever. And that's mostly because sometimes the grid is really hard to match up with the grid on the PDF. And you can kind of set it up yourself. And most of the time, like they just have the wrong rows and columns. And if you adjust that, it pretty much fixes itself. But that's my only gripe. So if you have that app and you have a better way of doing it, I would love to hear it. Any tips or tricks, I would love them. So the last thing that I have bought that I didn't need, but I bought, are little project bags. So I got these from Amazon, and they're just like mesh plastic bags with a zipper. And they fit my projects, and they fit my floss, and I throw my scissors in there too. No complaints. They were pretty cheap too. We were up in the mountains for Thanksgiving, and so I was able to take both my projects and the floss, and I didn't put them in a plastic bag. And we're going to San Francisco this weekend, and I'll be able to bring it with me. And same thing, I can just put it all in a bag and stuff it in my bag, and it'll be pretty easy. I'm pretty happy with it. So now we get on to the chill stuff. So if you were only here for the stitch stuff, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you could give this video a thumbs up, that's super helpful to get this channel out into the world and more people to see my videos. As far as the chill stuff, I've been watching I feel like it's been forever since I've done a FlossTube, so I'm not really sure what I was talking about before, but I think I was going to start The Crown, and I did start that, and I've been watching that, and it is amazing, obviously. I mean, I was a little, every time they change the characters and they age it up, I get a little like, oh man, because I get so connected to the other actors who are playing the character, but then the characters are, they're also good at playing the character at that age that it doesn't bother me that much, and so I've really been enjoying the aged up cast. They've been super fun. The girl who plays Diana looks exactly like Diana. It is insane. That's been fun. I think I'm about to watch the episode where she wears the revenge dress. And that should be fun. I really want to look up like what's fact versus fiction on The Crown, just because it's interesting to know. I know it's dramatized and everything, so it's not a documentary, obviously, but it would just be kind of fun to know, like, oh yeah, they really did do that, and oh yeah, this conversation really did happen. But that's like, a whole nother thing. I'm sure there's a YouTube video out there somewhere that I can just watch and that'll be easy. But yeah, The Crown, the new season, has been really, really great, and I've been super enjoying that. Especially because it's like so modern, and it's like time that you actually remember a little bit more than when she was younger. I've talked about this like in the last 3 or 4 FlossTubes, but if you have not started watching The Peripheral and you have Prime, watch it. It is so good. It's getting really crazy. And I've been super excited about it. My husband always puts it on, and it's like, because I think it comes out on Friday nights, and it's so good. And like, it's been a while since there's been like a really good sci-fi that is not totally twisty, turny, confusing, but still dramatic. So yeah, it's a really great show. If you have not started watching The Peripheral on Prime, and if you have Prime, watch it because it's been super awesome. I've really enjoyed that one. Maybe I shouldn't play it up so much. I should be like, it's fine, and then you'll be like blown away. But it is really good. I recommend that one very highly. I started watching just last night. I started watching Fleischman's in Trouble, and it's one where you're like, I don't think I buy that guy having kids. It's the guy from Social Network. I can't think of his name. But he plays this dad, and he is getting a divorce from his wife, and it's kind of a nasty divorce, and she's kind of the worst. And then he's like catching up with old friends that he lost after he got married and lost touch with. So it's kind of like them coming all together in this moment of like crisis in his life. And I'm sure that will lead to like moments of crisis that they realize in their life. But it's been really good. And if you don't like shows where like the main character just gets like shit on the whole time, it's probably not for you. But for some reason, I just like to watch people in pain. No, but that one's on Hulu. I think it's a Hulu original. So yeah, if you have Hulu, check that one out. I really want to rewatch Schitt's Creek, especially because I am stitching up my Schitt's Creek landmarks. I've always been trying to get my husband to watch it with me, so I think I'm going to rewatch it, and I'm going to make him rewatch it with me. We don't have like a Sunday show anymore because House of the Dragon's over, and so I think we might substitute it with that because that would be super fun. Another thing I've been doing that has been really fun is my daughter and I are reading The Golden Compass together, and that is the first book in the His Dark Materials series, and my husband bought it for her, and he was like, you'll really like it. We watched the show on HBO, and the show is fantastic. I never read the book, so reading it with her, it's very interesting. We're both really excited about it. I don't think I've told her that there's a show yet, so once we finish the book, maybe we'll let her watch the show. I think it's not like, it's maybe a little scary at times, but I wouldn't say it's like too violent or anything. We've been reading it and it's been really fun. It's like our little nighttime activity before bed. We sit down and we read a little bit and talk about it, and she's really excited about it, which is great because like we've tried reading other books to her and she's like, whatever. But this one she's actually like really excited to read. That is everything that I have for you guys. A little longer of an update because I have not been here for a while with everyone being sick and at home. It's been a little wild because like everybody is sick in the whole entire world right now. Like everyone in our little circle, there's like strep going around and flu going around, and my daughter had RSV, which is like in her age, it's a really bad cold. They're trying to stay healthy. I don't know how I've managed. I gotta knock on wood again because I don't know how I've skated by this situation. I must have a really great immunity system. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this update. If you have anything you want to chat about or questions about what I'm doing, you could always put a comment below, and you can find me on Instagram, xstitchandchill. I am on Twitch, and I have a Discord, so I will put those links all in the description so that you can find me and chat. I like chatting about all sorts of stuff, so it doesn't have to be stitchy stuff. We'll just be friends. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you give this video a like, I would totally appreciate it. If you really enjoyed this video and you made it all the way to the bitter end, please hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.